Also joined by another co-caster here. We got the one and only Insania hanging out. Insania, how's it going?
Doing great. Thank you for asking, and thank you for having me.
Of course. Bored, winning on Tour Season 3. Now you're just sitting around waiting to see who your competition's going to be.
Oh man, I'm never bored when I watch Roncast. When you go excited mode in the end, me and Minnie were just talking about it. I get so pumped.
Yeah.
It's good times.
Me and Sonny were like, you go Super Saiyan when he goes to that. Man.
Next level, man. Next level.
It was awesome.
All right. Well, we'll see if we get moments like that this game as well. Wouldn't be surprising. But all right, let's talk about this game, though. We got game number 2 here. Let's talk about the initial bans to start. Tremble, Swiftblade, Ophelia, Tempest. So Mint reacting to that Tempest here is safe to say. Coming out. And then that does leave open Warbeast, though. And they snatch it up with their first pick. Warbeast and a Doctor so far. And there's the Magmus. So, Minnie, we'll start with you. I mean, what do you think, what's going on here so far?
Yeah, so obviously I think they swap up the bands. They don't want to give, I didn't see it, but I think what you got, Serenia banned out Tempest, right?
No.
Yeah, he did.
Yes,
Serenia.
yes.
I was going to say, what you got Tempest, man, last game was freaking insane, so it makes a lot of sense. But, yeah, I mean, they do leave over Warbeast, and it makes no sense not to take out first pick, and obviously then Min pick up Dr. Pulsar. One thing I actually wanted to ask Insania, actually, do you favour Legion or Hellborn? Legion because of the first pick, or Hellborn because of Congo advantage?
Oh well, it completely depends on what you want to do. Versus certain teams, like if you have a strategy going into the game, or for example, let's just say No Stone are bad against early game aggression, then I would prefer Legion because I can pick the early game heroes that I want, and they would have to try to respond. And I know they would always try to pick like a late game style. Then I would prefer Legion because it gives me the possibility of drafting what I want to draft. But versus teams where I don't feel like they have a distinguished style or something that they always run, I think Hellborn is better. So there's a trade-off. Sometimes Legion, sometimes Hellborn.
Makes sense.
Oh, well, here we are advancing on into this draft. Again, Warbeast, now Magmus, and Andromeda. You got Doctor and Kraken so far being picked up, looking for the final one. Insania, what do you think of the draft so far?
I really like the Ender pick here from No Stone. It makes a lot of sense when you're up against Kraken and Doctor. The way you need to think about it is when Doctor jumps initially, usually that's when he burns the most amount of mana. So if you can swap that target instantly so he doesn't get that first initial kill, that's huge. Same goes for Kraken. When Kraken jumps and ultis someone, Ender can just swap them out and trade himself for that kill. So Ender's going to have a huge role in this game, and it's a very good pick. I like it a lot.
He had a big impact in game 1 as well. Like the hero is getting a lot of steam, a lot of traction now. I think the hero is just really strong, and he works in a lot of lineups as well. So.
Yeah. The swap, and again, especially with that buff to that swap, playing that armor now, really, it just makes it even that much more difficult. It's like, oh, well, at least she's sacrificing herself. Well, now it's like, not necessarily. I mean, she has an armor buff. She's not the easiest to kill, at least as she was before. So, taking advantage of that change there. The Parasite and Clanks bands coming out so far. We see the Clanks, once again, I guess, speaking of a hero that's getting more and more steam as of late. Clanks is most certainly one of those, so going to take away that option. Neither team, well, Nullstone does have a jungler. It's a matter of Mint picking up a jungler. You see Parasite banned, of course, Tempest and Ophelia already banned initially. So will what you got kind of keep that trend here, or will he go elsewhere now?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, though, like, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen Nullstone play Warbeast in the suicide lane. So, I mean, you got to assume it's going to be in the jungle. And if that's the case, I'd like to see Mint man up like they did in game 1. I think their laning stages was pretty decent at the start. They didn't really secure that many kills, perhaps, but they were playing against a Chronos, so it's very hard to sort of secure kills on him. But their laning stage went quite well because they exploited Tempest's sort of weak laning stage, and I think they can do the same here with Warbeast if he's in the jungle. So
there we go, finishing it off. Behemoth into Gemini is what we finish off with. So yeah, Beaverbringer going for playing go with the heroes like the Clinks and the Gemini there. You know, things like a Oogie is still on the board. Also a hero he is known to play, but not the greatest lockdown carry. And when you're going up against a Doctor or Pulsar, it's probably something you want to keep in mind here. So Berserker, the troll is real. They are not actually going to pick him. So Midas, okay, we saw that ban last game.
Yeah. Good pickup though, because if Mint are going to run like an aggressive tri-lane, for example, you want to have a hero that can just be sacked in the lane. I guess Magnus and Midas can somewhat do that, I guess. So, yeah, it's a pickup.
Something that you can think about when you watch these bans is it's kind of interesting how Serenia banned out Clanks, because there's a little bit of a... I don't know if it's supposed to be that way, but when Kraken tries to charge a Clanks into trees, if he has his Hawk activated, he actually can't get stunned. It just removes the trees when he gets charged into them. So I think that's a really good ban from him. Shows
Really?
that they understand the mechanics of it. Yeah, it's
That's
both
crazy. I
Deadwood.
didn't know that.
Yeah, no, Deadwood is also a really good counterpick to Kraken because not only does Kraken have very low armor, but also the clear cutting from Deadwood allows them to not be charged while it's activated.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. I did not know that. That's
That's
pretty
really
sick.
interesting, yeah. Fascinating. Well, 20 more seconds of extra time now remaining on the side of Mint here, so you see what their fourth pick is going to be. On the right, clicking that Kinesis. They still need a support option. And
I mean,
possibly
Serenia
final
plays. I remember the first time I saw Kinesis support actually it was Serenia playing. I think it was back in Rexos. I think it might be when Insania was on the team actually as well.
Yep.
But yeah, Serenia plays Kinesis support very, very well actually, and it was the first person to sort of see him do it. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's going to be support here.
No,
Yes.
I think his two like niche heroes are probably Kinesis and Riftwalker. He loves those two heroes and he plays them really well.
Okay. Yeah, get the hands on it here. Look at the snap pick Puppet Master. I mean, they had a lot of extra time to work with too, but they were just confident. We're going the Puppet Master, they say. And now that is a hero, with lockdown. So going up against a Dr. Pulsar, again, that idea.
Yeah,
Perhaps the reason there, so.
really strong pickup against against Dr. Pulsar. So.
Keeper to finish it off, and the immediate ready up on Ice and Gogo right there. So Keeper finish. How are we liking that final pick?
It's interesting. It's a good pick in the way because like when you pick Keeper, what you want to look for in the other team is you want to make sure that the main damage on their team is coming from auto attacks. And Puppet Master needs auto attacks to deal damage, Warbeast needs auto attacks to deal damage. However, both Magnus and Midas will still be able to put out a lot of damage to the Keeper. So it's okay. It's not amazing, but it's not bad either. So I think it's okay. It's not terrible. It sets up for a lot of their skills, though, which is really good.
But I mean, at the moment now, they're not going to run like any kind of aggressive tri lane, so they're not going to be able to punish the Warbeast in the lane really, because they're going to just trade farm on Keeper in the jungle and Warbeast in the jungle as well.
I think they're
Serenia.
dual aggressive.
Oh yeah, I guess they can with Kinesis. You can get lane control with the W, I guess. Kind of similar to like the Curse plus Valkyrie, but obviously Kinesis just helps out with lane control. Makes sense. I guess they are. So they are somewhat punishing the lanes here.
You see all
They're
five
trying
of
to.
them going down there initially. By the way, while we are on this developing stage here, real quick, I want to know something. Notice some people, kind of bringing up, well, what's going to happen after these playoffs? Is there going to be a month break? What's the deal? Well, there was actually an announcement, I believe, on a Friday, yesterday, that there is going to be a tournament that's going to be happening very quickly. In fact, it starts on this Tuesday coming up, called the Onslaught, is what we're calling it, in reference to the new hero Deadlift that's coming out, or that already is out, I should say. But back to this game real quick, and we could have some initiation. There we go. Magnus stuns in Doctor and Keeper the Forest feeling the brunt of that. Will he have the best follow-up lockdown on a Keeper, trying to follow up onto him? Now, he doesn't have his invis as a result of going the trees first. Andromeda going to be locked down, though. Bloodlust kill in favor of Mint right here, and Dr. Pulsar is able to stay alive. Midas going too far. Midas is going to fall as well. A 2-for-0 exchange so far, and it could possibly be a 3-for-0. Yes, it will. 3-for-0 to start.
Oh, Keeper?
Not what you
That's
want.
right.
As Keeper in trouble? Okay, yeah, Keeper did fall,
the
actually.
wolves.
The Hellhound finishing him off. So something there, but, well, Mint coming out on top of that exchange is safe to say.
Yeah, they played that well. They had the right heroes up in the front. Dr. Pulsar shouldn't have been as aggressive as he was. But Keeper up front there was the guy that they ended up choosing as their target. And because they did so, he got away with like 100 HP. And that's the HP difference between him and one of the Squisher targets. So
Yeah.
poor targeting from Nullstone.
2,400 GPM for Keeper of the Forest. Not going to keep that up, though. 1-1 and 2, though, to start for him. And he's the one that happened to have that death right there. And, yeah, you see the man up here. You got the Kinesis as well as the Valkyrie, as we're talking about, going up against what is a Puppet Master Andromeda currently down here at the bottom lane. So, an aggressive dual lane, but with the Andromeda babysitting the Puppet Master, does this still make sense, do you think, or?
I don't think it's bad. I think this is the only really way they could have laned their heroes. So it really comes down to skill. When you're in a 2v2 lane like this, I think it's neither lane is really that good against each other. Double range heroes against Puppet Andro is fairly strong because they can't really catch. But then again, Valkyrie, Kinesis have very low kill potential until higher levels, so it really comes down to who can play this better.
And the jungler won't really be involved either, though, because he's not really like an aggressive jungler like a Parasite, Ophelia, or even like a Tempest to an extent. He's going to help him out with Battlecry, I assume, but he's not going to really have an impact in terms of trying to set up ganks in the bottom lane until at least level 6, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, you already see the Battlecry leveled up, of course, as he gets level 2, so the glowing red hand's going to be starting here for the side of Null Stone Gaming. You got the Midas in that long lane again. Midas happens to be going up against the Kraken, actually, as they send Doctor mid. His bottom lane, Andromeda is feeling some good damage right here. Got arrowed initially, and Andromeda is going to fall as the aggressive leap from Valkyrie right there. And in fact, they're going to apply some pressure to Puppet Master. I don't know if it's going to be a kill, though. Probably not. Yeah, eats its way through the tree is going to be fine. But, hey, losing Andromeda, this aggressive start here for Mint. Again, they have some assist gold to also work off of here. And in the case of Serenia, actually, well, he got the kill earlier as well. So definitely have a good amount of gold early on to work off of, and no doubt giving them even more of an advantage in this lane.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think Beaverbanger couldn't actually take the arrow for the Andromeda. If he did, I think both would have survived, unfortunately. But he couldn't catch the arrow, and as a result, Andro does.
Yeah. This top lane, though, Midas versus the Kraken. I mean, you think Midas actually has a good chance to win this lane even?
I think it's fairly even. Kraken's so strong in the short lane, but Midas has a range advantage. Right now, I think Midas is one of the heroes that I have the hardest time placing in the game, because sometimes I feel like he's just insanely strong, especially when he's put 1v1. I know Mickey likes this matchup, so I think Midas is favored if it was mid, but it's in the side lane, so it's hard to say. Kraken is one of the stronger side lane heroes, because he doesn't need a bottle to output harass, and that's... When you're mid, you can use the bottle, you can get mana, you can use mana to harass, but when you're on a side lane, you don't really have access to both the runes the same way you do in mid, so it comes down to more like natural harassing abilities. And of course, at level 6, Kraken has a kill potential on Midas.
Yeah, but he's playing with Warcry as well, so I think you got to give the advantage to Midas just because of that as well.
That's true.
Ooh, do some damage right there, but not nearly enough. Of course, Lion's Pride, he's not leveling up just yet, actually, with the 2 points into that Golden Salvo. Yeah, Golden Salvo right there, so we'll see if... sure, at least put the 1 point into it again, just anything to help with your combo potential of the abilities, but does get the ultimate at level 4. Not surprising to see there. So yeah, both teams definitely running more of the passive jungle, though, of course, the Warbeast versus a Keeper of the Forest here. So not a whole lot of ganking potential from them earlier on, but once Keeper especially it's level 6, there is that possibility going back up to the top lane. You know, I mentioned that level 6 Kraken also dangerous, so coming together, that could definitely result in a kill on a Midas, so he'll need to pay attention to that. And the levels there, Warbeast, to see, okay, he was headed towards bottom, actually, with the Hellhounds, as if he wanted to assist, but decides it's not going to work. The lane's maybe too far pushed up. Going to go for the 4-minute rune, and it happens to be Refresh Rune, maybe just destroy it before Kinesis gets it. Yeah, well played right there, so not the biggest deal, but something. Bottled up by Magnus was a regen rune. Again, not the biggest rune necessarily, but we'll give him some standing power to stay around and perhaps use an ability a little more aggressively as a result, so... But kind of expecting, again, I wanted to say a little more passive start to this game now. It's already 4-1 hero kill, so not necessarily a passive start, but a lot of that did come up from off the bat. But because of the lineups, you would think maybe a little bit more of a slower start. Moving on here. Magnus actually, no, he's going to be fine, but doing some good pressure right there.
Oh man, Probus CS is actually pretty impressive as well. It's like only 400 GPM in lane. I think it was another game, I think it was like last week or so, we talked about Probus having like 400 GPM in lane. Just got decent CS, 31, the highest compared to everyone else in the game at the moment.
Yeah, he's doing really good. I would really like to see the 3 heroes that they have up station top kind of for Mint, which is Kraken, Dr. Poster, and Keeper, to get TPs on them and be ready to use them for bottom. Because right now, Puppet Master is really scared, as you can tell. As soon as Doctor goes missing, he's super scared. So if they keep TPs on them, the Puppet Master needs to be afraid all the time. And right now, I don't think any of them are doing it. This is a pretty big thing they could use.
Yeah.
Mid.
Middle lane, Doctor dives on top of Magnus, picks up the kill. Ludicrous speeds in right there. Caught that pretty much at the tail end of that. I don't know if you were watching that Insania, but is that just simply him going in, catching him off guard, or what?
I didn't see all of it, but I think he just went on him when he didn't have any mana, and just a good mana from Busk, diving the tower, securing the kill.
He's got an interesting skill build as well, actually. Like two in Q, 3 in W, and actually only 1 in E.
I think this is what Dennis builds as bottom.
Oh.
Hope it gets
bottom
caught.
lane, Comet Son of the Valkyrie. You saw they were trying to go for Puppet Master, trying to change it maybe to Andromeda, but she falls back in time as well. That's a nice little juke right there. So yeah, both sides trying to make something happen at the bottom lane, but neither one comes through, and so instead back to farming. But, you know, especially working off of that start right here. A 5-1 hero kill lead now. Again, you think back to last game, though. Pretty similar start, though. It was a very early lead for Mint in that game as well, and also their farmer, Beaverbanger, he was struggling with his farm. And kind of similar case here. Now, obviously, there are differences from the first game to this one, but at least something to keep in mind there. Now, middle lane, Valkyrie, Invis. Oh, Magnus again in trouble, and again going to fall. This time a little more understandable. Simply just well played by Valkyrie, taking advantage of the rune control.
That rotation is massive. This is like a game-winning rotation. I think a lot of people underestimate how important it is to make these play. Between minute 5 and 8, you really gotta like set the pace. Whichever team usually gets those rotations and gets the kills going, normally takes control. And when you have control of the early game, you get to decide when the pushes start. You get to decide when the plays happen. And so a small rotation like that from Zibik can be absolutely game-changing. It's huge.
Yeah. 15 kills? Jeez. Beaver's only previous Puppet Master game at 11, so definitely some active kill potential of those heroes, of course, especially Dr. Repulsor. He has a lot of potential for that. You see Kinesis back to the bottom lane. Right now, Doctor is missing, so it kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You got to be careful. You see Puppet Master already falling back. In fact, they're just constantly scared that he could possibly be coming here. So, Insania timing out. Uh-oh.
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 Oh.
Oh, my God. Pause the cast, everything. No,
Stop the presses.
I think we'll be fine here. Abyssal Skull finish on a Warby, so again, what you got, not going to be having potential for big ultimates this game around playing the Warbies, but the potential to definitely hit hard is there.
I'd like to see him try and make a rotation down bottom, though. I think they have the lockdown with Puppet Master and Andro for him to set the kill. Like, if you play a jungler, even if you're kind of a passive jungler like Keeper or Warbeast, you have to still have an impact in the game. Like Keeper's rotating top to start a push, and Warbeast is just still kind of AFK farming the jungle. Like he needs to set up kills, and I think he can do that easily down bottom lane. They need to secure good farm on the Puppet Master, and that can only happen if they secure this bottom lane, and that could come from Warbeast setting up a kill. But he's just happy sort of sitting and farming really.
Valkyrie leaps away before any attempt comes out right there, but back to the top lane now. Magnus does in a big eruption. They're trending on top. What a play from Nullstone Gaming. Beautiful synergy and Fuzzy Sloth with the double tap. Kraken and Keeper, both tanky heroes, but ain't tanky enough with that play right there. Very well executed on the side of Nullstone.
Such important rotations. Bottom, though.
Yeah, bottom lane. Nice arrow onto Andromeda. She is dropping, probably going to fall, but it's going to come at a cost. As Kinesis also goes down, Valkyrie, she has a leap in 2 seconds. Should be fine. Ulti form Warby is not nearly scary enough. Dr. Pulsar, he ports in, and now it's pretty scary for Nullstone as they do start falling back, though. So, overall big picture, again, Nullstone game is still pretty good. And again, I was actually just going to point out, just before that, it was a 4,000 golden experience lead in favor of Mint. Obviously kind of condensing there as a result of that, though.
Oh, Doctor?
Is he in trouble? Oh, my God. Dr. Repulsor might actually fall right here. Wow. What was Provost doing?
I don't know. He was looking for maybe a kill onto Warbeast or something, but he just went so far aggressive. Like he has to assume that there's a lane ward though on the side of Nelson, which there is, and gets picked. I mean, like he was even getting spotted by Warbeast wolves. Like he was like fighting the Warbeast wolf, which is just really surprising. But nice rotation from Oscar though as well. I don't think they get the kill without him rotating over. So nice play.
That was just huge, huge for Nullstone. So, again, just like last game, one team has a big team fight to start things off, then Nullstone themselves have now a big team fight to respond in condensing that gap a little bit more. Beaverbanger, 240 gold per minute. He's still not up there on the charts. In fact, he's, 8th overall in GPM right now, but, hey, he's working up, and that's what's important. This top tower doesn't fall.
When you watch these two teams, it's kind of an interesting matchup in how they... like what strengths their players have. If you look at Mint, you have a group of players that are really, really good in the early stages of the game, and they kind of fall off when it comes to the mid game. That's usually where they tend to screw up when they lose games. Whereas Nullstone's, in my eyes, the complete opposite. They generally have a fairly weak laning stage, and then they try to bring it back as the game progresses into the late game. So for me, it's very interesting to see these two teams match. I think it's one of the more interesting games that you can have, because the game should always be pretty dragged out and long.
Yeah. Yeah, Nullstone especially had plenty of history with that throughout the regular season. Again, I think hey, we do got Quincy back. He could even vouch for us now. But as far as the most 60-plus minute games, I think Nullstone, in fact, holds that award throughout the regular season. So not afraid to take it to the longer game. And again, hey, last game fits that as well, just over an hour long. So middle lane, you got Mint. Does this make sense to you guys? Mint doing a lot of grouping up here, trying to push towers early on?
I think it's smart to go force fights. They have the 6 on Kinesis. They the keeper route ready, Kraken has ulti, everything is good for them. The only thing is they don't know that Magnus already has a blink. This is an extremely early blink, you got it at 10 minutes. He
Well, they got split out.
He skipped mana battery.
I think he just got spotted out by an animated tree.
Maybe.
Doesn't matter though.
Yeah.
Maybe not though.
They're not going to defend. Not
Yeah,
worth
tower's
it.
lost. I think they
No,
could have
but
defended it though.
Maybe. It's a risky fight to take. Like, early game fights like these are very hard to calculate. But I think what Mint are doing here is basically they're trying to abuse the fact that they know they won the laning stage. They know they have an advantage at this point in the game. And they're trying to press it. They're forcing towers and forcing fights because they know they're ahead. This is a really good call and something I honestly haven't really seen other teams than us do in a very long time, so it's nice to see.
Oh, Eruption being channeled. The portal key Magnus comes in and catches them off guard. Keeper the Force, he gets the root off just before the release. Kraken on top of that. Here comes Doctor Impulse. So big start for Nullstone, but a better finish for Mint in the end. Midas gonna fall and a 4-for-1 exchange. Are you kidding me? That root. If Keeper the Force didn't get that root off right before he died, I don't know if it would have happened as big as it did right there. Maybe still, but hey, it was big indeed, and what a turnaround for Fresh in the end.
Yeah, Voodoo Puppet wasn't used from Puppet Master because of the root break said, but I think this level 4 Andromeda is really hurting him though. Like, you're seeing the power of a level 6 Kinesis do so much work in these team fights, and Andromeda without the swap isn't able to sort of save the Puppet Master, for example, and just snowballs from there.
No, but it's a really good decision, and it got rewarded right there. We saw them forcing a fight with levels advantage, and I really think it comes down to that. That was kind of poor positioning. Puppet Master did get caught out, and there was a lot of other factors, but it's always a good decision to force fights when you're ahead. And now, instead of being 2k ahead, they're 7k, 5k, so it's a really big deal. And now they have control of the game pace. Nullstone are afraid, and the game is basically in Mint's hand. They get to decide what happens next.
After last game, I'm not going to say anything as far as advantages, man.
Yeah.
It's just really, it's ridiculous how that last game just constantly went back and forth. So, but yes, right now it does feel like Mint should definitely be in a very comfortable spot with the lead that they have picked up all of a sudden. And was it who picked up a portal key? Was it Kraken? Yeah, okay, Kraken just got his portal key right there. So having that tool now to work with.
And I think, like, forcing fights as well, when you're against, like, a wall beast, like, he doesn't seem to do much, honestly, until he hits, like, maybe 30 minutes when he picks up the stronger, then he does a lot more of, like, a physical right-click threat. But, like, before then, he just doesn't offer too much, honestly, like, particularly not when he's facing against a keeper, because the root is just going to stop him from auto-attacking anyway. And they're forcing fights, and then they've got Astrolabe on keeper now as well, so I'm assuming they're going to keep up the trying to force team fights. And why not, I guess, as the Sonya says.
Yeah.
I really hope so. I mean, the reason they're ahead right now is because they decided to go force the fight. Right now it looks like they're trying to establish control and farm, which is also okay, but there's still 3 more towers that they can just really go grab right now without any risk of losing the game. So I really hope they group up and just take the towers, push out lanes, and just go for it.
Now, what do you think of this Doctor build, by the way, as far as this item go? He does go the Arcana, so on his way to a Hellflower here. Not going the Icon of the Goddess, though. I know Flensmeister, your teammate at Sania, loves that, but...
Yeah, I mean, it could be a team decision. You never know, but I personally always think it's better to go Icon, especially the way I want them to play this game. I want them to go push. I mean, if I was captaining right now, that's the call I would make. Group up, go push. And then Icon would be great, but since he's going Hellflower, maybe it's better for them to take the safer route and just sit back and farm and try and hold control. The only problem I have with that is that they're basically giving Nullstone a way back into the game through farm. They're giving Nullstone their core items, and if they can get to the Shroud Puppet, if they can get to the Shrunken Warbeast, suddenly it's a much harder game.
What do you think, Minnie?
Yeah, couldn't agree more as well. I mean, if he's going to pick up Hellflower, then I'd like to see him try and use it, though. Like, he has to almost get active with it. Oh, Puppet Master might be in trouble, bottom lane.
His Kinesis, a main support. Look at that damage. Oh, he just dodges the arrow. That was very good stop right there by Beaverbanger. He almost ran back into it, but he knew where he was would be fine. So, again, the damage impressive still nonetheless, but not enough for the kill in the end.
But this is what I was saying. I mean, the last time I saw Kinesis support, it was actually Serenia, and I talked about, like, he was always on the highest tab for damage. And look at it again, and he is still, like, and having a first support as your main source of damage is just remarkable. It's just ridiculous. Like, as a main support, you're not expected to be doing the most amount of damage in team fights. Yet you look at the damage chart, and he's his, and it's like it's kind of surprising we don't see a lot of Kinesis support otherwise. But we see it here though; it's working out decent so far.
Yeah, I mean, there are the support. Obviously, you got your Witch Slayer, you got your Pyromancer that definitely have a lot of burst potential themselves, but it's very long cooldown abilities for the most part. So where Kinesis is just constantly sustained with that telekinetic control. So yeah, he'll tend to maybe be there higher up on the charts as a result of that. But what was I going to point out, though? Yeah, Thunderclaw picked up on Valkyrie, so Zibe, once again. Actually, Probusk was the one playing Valkyrie last game, I believe. So yeah, kind of a change up there again because of the hero that's
it's just the lanes. No, I think it was the lanes, like I talked about before.
Okay.
Zibe is always the one playing in sort of the aggressive lanes, whether it's a tri-lane or a dual offensive off-lane kind of thing. He is the one that is sort of played in the off-lane. And although Proboss was playing the Valkyrie last game, if you remember, Pubmaster was in the tri-lane, and that's why Zibe was playing the Pubmaster. I think it just comes down to the lanes.
Fuzzy Sloth here does have his own portal key. We saw that earlier, of course. Apparently something is 1-1 with 186 GPM. Midas, by the way, he has 1,400 gold saved up right now. Gonna work towards his portal key. Doctor, oh my god. Oh, that was actually pretty close. There we go. Okay, that's what that was. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So pointing that out right there. Middle lane, Magmus. Kraken actually missed the charge right there. Magmus stuns into him and is going to be fine. Missing that charge cost them a kill chance.
I think actually Wolf stopped his portal key, and that's why it kind of threw him off in terms of his positioning. Yeah, it was actually pretty clutch play there from what you got.
Played, yeah. I hear he's pretty good on that Warby's hero, so knowing how to micromanage those dogs of his, and he has the best squads. His team is getting where am I getting at here? Warbeast is an interesting hero as far as item build is concerned. Puzzle box, the more damage route, the Soulsborg and Monic and a Brutalizer. I mean, what route do you think here we're going to see?
I actually love Puzzle Box, but Strong
really?
isn't it? Yeah. I actually love I love Puzzle Box on the hero, but I'm not saying that maybe he should go there or not. Strong is going to be really useful, not only against obviously a lot of magic damage, but the route from Keeper is the biggest thing probably. I think that and he's not going to go Geos, so Strong makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I just love Puzzle Box on the hero though. It's like he just did it so nicely. But yeah, in this game in particular though, Strong would be useful. And if you're going to go Strong I don't think you go Puzzle Box. It's just. Not the same.
No,
really.
I just think the way you need to look at this game is that Mint's win condition is really through team fights, and they need to win fights to win the game, and they have a lot of magic damage and lockdown to do so. So if he goes Shrunken, he basically removes 90% of their lockdown as well as their damage. So I think it's a clear choice for him here. There shouldn't be much debate, I don't think.
Oh no, definitely. I just love Puzzle Box and Warbeast, man.
I think what you got usually does go Puzzle Box, and I think about it too. So I wonder if he is going to just stick to his guns right there, or go the Shrunken Head, which, yeah, you mentioned the Keeper of the Forest. That's kind of a big thing right there, where that could be the difference maker of like, all right, yeah, I need that Shrunken Head, because he said he's not going Geometer's Bane, that's for sure. So would be a way. And probably not going to see a Null Fireblade on him either. So the obvious choice in that. Keeper of the Forest does box out Warbeast, or at least the hero. You see the Hellhound still being the nuisance that they can be, hanging around and trying to steal some creeps from him. So once again, well played by what you got right there. Top lane, what is going on up here? Magnus is actually sitting up here. He has a level 2 Eruption. Valkyrie is pretty squishy, honestly. With that Thunderclaw, I don't know if it would be a kill, though.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the damage.
He would need something else, like a couple of auto attacks, if anything. Midas is somewhat nearby. Midas does have a portal key. He's making his way up here. He's going to hide around. Yeah, they're going to try to go for this. If Zivik goes up here, he could be.
He needs to time it with the creep wave, though. He's going to be spotted out by creeps if he doesn't time this right. Oh, this is so close.
Yep, nope, there's a stun. Can Midas get there in time? Transmute? No! The leap goes off. Oh, a game of fraction of a second.
Yeah.
So close.
I mean, it is important to note, Midas is playing with close to 300 ping. So that could be like the difference maker in small situations like that. Yeah,
that is,
might have been it just there.
Cholo Simeon, now known as Oscar. From Bolivia, I believe.
Yeah, and one thing actually to note though is Oscar or Thingy, like I don't think he has actually a working mic. I'm not even joking. I was in their ride call the last couple of scrims I've had, and he says nothing. Like, and I don't know, that could be obviously a communication issue, which is something I actually have personally sort of seen Nelson. Sometimes the coordination's a little bit off because of their communication, so that could be a reason why. Bottom lane though, Puppet Master.
Yeah, Puppet Master is in trouble
Dust?
right now. This could be a big kill. Do they have Dust? They don't.
Oh, Kinesis is the one with the Dust, and he wasn't there.
He wasn't close enough. Yeah, so Puppet Master will survive for now, and that's big because he has been still trying to recover here to an extent. Only at 274 gold per minute. He has the Assassin Shroud, and that's what saved him right there, as we saw. But Kogor attempt going to be coming out. Now, I'm sure this is going to be spotted by the Hellhounds, yeah. But can they stop it is the bigger question. And I don't think so. Eruption is still not off cooldown. Yeah, this is going to be a Congo kill for Mint right here.
They need to try and split. They're trying to pressure top, but I don't think they're going to get that tower in time. Same as goes for bottom as well, but I don't think they're going to get that tower in time. Congo's already practically dead. Kinesis has got smoke trying to set up. He might even be able to kill Pubmaster by himself, actually.
That would be crazy.
Got spotted out.
Oh, okay, with only half life. In fact,
Oh,
Pubmaster over the turn. Oh, this is risky. Okay, he will get it. That was with the trees floating right above his head. If he was able to click any of those seconds. But no, he does get the kill, and he gets on out there. It's actually a pretty good kill coming out from Beaverbanger. But Congo is successful, and very interesting, because Dr. Repulsor, usually known as even the strongest token hero in the game, they give it a Valkyrie here. Do you guys agree with that?
I could see how they're thinking. I think at least they're probably thinking that. All right, so Nullstone probably watched when Insania cast with Drakey, and Insania said you're supposed to ignore Doctor until he's out of mana, right?
Yes.
So he basically gets his damage out no matter what. So let's put token on Valkyrie, because that's the guy they're probably going to be targeting. So like, I can see some kind of logic behind it, but I'm not entirely sure if it's the right decision.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like, if he doesn't even have a Nullstone either. So if Pubmaster gets an Assassin's Shroud initiation on Doctor, he's just gonna die like instantly. 1200 HP, and then they're gonna just get wrecked in team fights. So I don't like this choice though. No.
That's one of those things. We'll see if we bring it back up again, because if he does die, then that will be worth noting. But if he doesn't, if it's not that big of a deal, if Valkyrie even dies with it, you know, obviously it could all play out differently. So, but yeah, on paper it does feel like, you know, again, arguably the strongest token hero in the game. Not seeing him on him, a little bit curious at least, but. They tried to jump Keeper, by the way, at the top lane, but Mag was just stunned a little too short, so unsuccessful there.
I have another theory. Probus is really good at not dying. Maybe that's why they gave it to Zibba. Like, legit, I'm not even kidding. Like, adapting the item choices to your players is something you always should do, so... It could just be that Bus just is good at knowing his limits, doesn't quite need the token, and they put it on Zibba instead because he's more of like a YOLO player. Yeah, we've seen him go like really weird and aggressive items.
True.
Ooh, Puppet Master. He Assassin Child is going to realize quickly, he's like, nope, turn around.
They see 3 bottom though. I think they could have perhaps gone on that, but
yeah, his teammates were
didn't want to risk it.
By,
I just feel like if they don't have, if Pubmaster can get to the back lines or into sort of Dr. Pulsar and just sort of block him down, like I think Mint are going to have a hard time because he doesn't have token. But that's just if Pubmaster does that though. So.
Bottom tower, easy kill right there, and no sign of defense coming out for Nullstone. They're going to just try to counter push, still trying to get the middle first tower at least.
Oh,
but yeah, you see they do not want to risk it. They start falling back. Top tower also going to be defended as it's now in deny range. Well played by Zibbe right here, and hopefully should be able to deny it. We'll see if he even goes for that. Going to actually pop the Valkyrie Prism, but that not really going to be too sneaky because they were all like right next to creep. So I don't know if that was. I don't know. Anyways. Well, that's going to be on cooldown now. That's what matters. Not going to find
Or we did go puzzle box, which is interesting.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think what you got just likes puzzle box.
Yeah. I mean, it has its uses. You always got to adapt your playstyle to the items you pick up. If you go Icon on Doctor, you want to fight. If you go Hellflower, you want to stay back and look for picks. And the same thing goes for Puzzle Box on Warbeast. This like signals to me that they don't want a team fight. They want to use the Puzzle Box to control the map, remove wards, and try to split push towers whenever Mint goes for a 5-man push. So they're kind of aiming 10 minutes later now. The reason he goes item is he's thinking, okay, in 15 minutes, this is going to have paid off. But in order for it to do so, they need to survive that long. They need to not die, they need to not get picked off. So it's really the split push game right now for Nullstone. And Mint kind of has the perfect response. They did go Hellflower on Dr. Pulsar, so that is a good way to deal with it. So they're kind of building items into the hands of Mint. They're making Mint's item choices much better than they might have initially have been.
Bottom lane, Doctor using all his mana to get here. Will it pay off? Turn around. Look at that Voodoo Puppet. Magnus stuns in. Down goes Dr. Pulsar. Okay, yes, he will go down. In comes the nuke from Kinesis, trying to do everything he can, but it's not enough. Puppet Master survives. The immediate decision by Beaverbanger, if he waited even a fraction longer, I think he actually might have died right there. He just simply went right away, prevented the Hellflower, and eventually took out Dr. Repulsor, as well as both them and Magnus obviously being there big as well. So look at that. I mean, Nullstone came in again, slowing it down enough, and hell, they even take a slight experience lead. The gold is still in favor of Mint, but it's plays like that that are going to keep Nullstone well in this game here.
No token on Doctor.
Oh my gosh,
in
you're
there.
right.
No token on Delta
don't-
points.
And it comes full circle.
I don't know about that. This is just for like he knows he doesn't have token when he goes to that play. I don't know. It's
Hey,
Alright.
maybe.
hey, if he had token, that's a different play right there. It is. So
Puzzle box
Just,
war beast as well,
I'll tell
man.
you
You
that.
just gotta listen to the chat insane, yeah. Mini Oracle, what can I say?
oh, look at this guy.
I know.
Getting all cocky now. Calling holy shit.
You remember the one
this
time
is-
you called out?
This is,
Hey, is Codex a good item against Nullstone?
it is
Yes.
actually.
No, you remember the one time we were casting and you called an item right, and I was like, okay, well that item is terrible, but you're right. Remember that?
I do remember that. It's fine. I know the players. Don't worry. I don't know the game. Just know players.
He has a personal connection. That's true.
Yeah.
That's, brings that.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, Dr. Dine right there again, pretty impactful indeed. He went the Hellflower. He's building a Shrunken Head now to follow it, of course. It looks like here, so getting more of the defensive mindset. Speaking of Shrunken Heads, Puppet Master just picking up his as well as Magmus getting his own. So all of a sudden, a couple of Shrunken Heads appearing across the board here. And those are impactful fighting items. And Puzzle Box, I assume, is still level. Okay, it's level 2 actually. Soon to be level 3 here, and I mean, you were making the point earlier, Minnie, actually, going back to talking about the puzzle box. You think Shrunken Head on top of the puzzle box doesn't make sense, or?
Yeah, I just think like if you're gonna go strong ahead, then you kind of want to build everything to make your hero stronger. Like puzzle box is good and all because it makes like it's gonna get your puzzle box means they're gonna get shut down from the brute anyway, kind of thing. Because I mean, a lot of their damage comes back from the right click, for example. So, I mean, he's gonna still have to buy strong ahead. I just thought he kind of wouldn't. But yeah, I think strong ahead is still gonna be useful. But like, if you want to go strong ahead, you want to build all just for your pure right click, not because of what your minions do, kind of thing. So.
That was close, actually. Magmus nearly getting cut out. So then, what in place?
He will go
like
stronger
Soul's
though.
Bulwark, or you think
He will still go. He will still go strong ahead. I just thought he wouldn't go puzzle box because of that reason. But
Gotcha. All right. Well, he does get the level 3 at least purchased. It just needs to be delivered now. We haven't really seen the puzzle box come into play just yet, to be fair. At least not from what I've noticed. But,
He should be using it to counter ward. This item is really it pays off for them. You know, every greedy play that you can make and get away with it is always a good play because it shows that you understand the limits better than the guy that would build Trunken and go defensive, which I would have done in this case.
Oh
So
no!
it-
Oh no! Oh my God! Now I think Doctor would have been able to CC him anyways, but still, it
That was pretty
was
unfortunate.
still pretty
That was funny.
nice that the arrow hit.
Like he threw that arrow before the TB
Yeah.
even come out, so like he TB'd into that arrow, which is pretty funny. But
Dude, Zibik God, he knew.
He knew.
he knew, man.
Fantastic.
He's
play.
5-0 and 5. It's the only person who hasn't died in this game.
Yeah.
So much for like Zibeko and Jola. He's played really good though this game.
Very safe, at least in not dying, but also still doing plenty for the team. Bottom lane, oof. Kraken charge just out of range. Almost a blessing in disguise, though, because you see what's going on. In fact, Puppet Master, he's going to open. Voodoo Puppet comes out. Valkyrie in trouble. Can Kraken do anything about it? Release Kraken comes out. Will it be enough for the kill on Valkyrie? Yes, it will. But at what cost here? Swamp from Andromeda. There's the root, but it did not hit Puppet Master. In comes Magnus with the eruption. No, he stopped it before. He moved. No, Hellfire. Okay, that's what stopped it. Puppet Master, he ends up going down. Magnus now just trying to escape at this point. His teammates are all dead. 5. Midas just resurrecting right there. Obviously could not be there as he was dead before. So, yeah, that, okay. So the Hellflower stopped it. Clutch timing right there from Pro Busk. Coming
Like, he
out.
had shrunken though. He had
That's
shrunken.
true.
He didn't use it, which is a little bit unfortunate. But
Oh, yeah, that's a very good point. But now, to be fair, I think Kraken and Doctor, you know, they had old Shrunken Heads themselves, so might not have been the biggest eruption
Yeah,
at the
true.
same time, but good stop nonetheless by them. So, hey, seems like this game is also somewhat continuing that trend of just back and forth fights. That was Mint's victory right there, so we'll see if Nullstone Gaming's able to respond themselves. How about this? 4,000 gold in Asuka. What is going on here?
Has Frostfield played? Sheepstick? Why wouldn't he buy?
He's
I don't know.
yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
I don't know. It just maybe doesn't realize he's got 4,000 gold. I don't know.
just not looking at
Uh,
his
I'm
gold,
pretty sure that's not it. I think he knows he has 4K gold.
It's possibly, yes, he probably
He's just
knows
pondering it, I guess. He probably
So
doesn't
what do
know
you-
himself.
What do you guys think of this? Midas is a strength arrow, right? So what if you go Elder Parasite and Sanitarius?
Oh, don't even say that instead. Yeah.
Dude, the buff to his ulti, so he gets 120 bonus damage on every hit. Attack speed on this guy is crazy.
I'm done, man. I'm done.
Think about it.
I wonder, it's Insanity, you're... Oh, God, this is the ultimate troll, isn't it?
I'm not even
This
trolling,
is
I'm
the ultimate
serious.
troll.
I'm not even trolling. I think it legitimately could be good with the buff to the ult. He gets 120 bonus damage on his hits.
And Minnie has brought that up several times. I honestly like the idea, too. I think it actually has potential.
He's got man up. I
He
don't
really-
care if Kingston's trolling or not. I mean, he needs to do it, man.
We just need to see it.
In this game,
go?
I don't. I think in this game though, it probably won't be the. I don't think he kind of needs it though. He's got good right click from Puppet Master and Wolbeast anyway. He doesn't need any extra right click, and he's playing against Keeper of the Forest as well. So, like his right clicks are going to be nullified from root. So if he was going to build that, it would be the wrong game to do it. So, although I think they are actually doing it.
You
It's
can't
really
say
cool.
that.
It's always the right
It's
time to go in
always the right-
Sanitarius Elder Parasite.
Every game, man.
Elder
Every
Parasite,
game,
see,
every
in Sanitarius, I don't know about Elder Parasite. It seems a little...
Yeah, he needs the attack speed.
I
He needs the
guess.
attack speed.
Seriously though, why don't people do that on Warbeast?
Yeah? Sanitarius Elder Parasite? Well,
Everyone.
He'd run at max movement speed,
yeah.
hit super
Oh,
fast.
God.
No, but okay. They really need to use this puzzle box to counterward. I've been looking at this for quite some time, and he's not really using it to counterward. And one of the biggest reasons I like this item is because it gives you so much map control. You're allowed to do pretty much whatever you want, and he's just not popping it to counterward. And I think that's a really big deal, honestly. It could end up costing them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of investment into an item that, again, it really hasn't been used, like, at all. So, that's good. In fact, how much gold is that? I mean, you're looking at...
A lot.
It's 2,700 plus the 2 patterns, so, yeah, the 2,500 on top of that. So, yeah, the 5,200 gold, jeez.
Token on Doxa this time.
Oh,
Just like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
commit mistakes.
it's like... And, you know, maybe you could say, too, you know, this part of the game is like, yeah, we need it on him now. Or earlier, sure, maybe the Valkyrie, but... Anyways, middle tower, it's taking some good pressure right here. You see Midas, he's good at creep clearing. Does a little bit right there, at least. They're going to pop the invulnerability. Puppet Master was pushing bottom, but he's back now, good to go. They're going to just give up the tower. Not going to give up the Rex, though. And, in fact, they'll scare them off enough to... At least thinking like they're going to fall back. Maybe some kind of fake here. Watch for that. No, it's
I think
be
they're
real.
gonna farm off the root on Keeper. He's 15, really close to double root. So there's really no reason to press it right now. They're gonna have 8 seconds of lockdown instead of, what is it now, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
True,
So it's
okay.
a really big deal if you just wait out for the rest of Stone on level 16 on. They have plenty of time with a token. No reason to go push any more than they did. That was a really good decision though to press high ground there. They used the fact that no Stone will all spread out on lanes and they could see them, and they used the time that it takes for them to TP back into base and like the human error, you know, you gotta get time to react, see that it's happening, and then TP back and all that. And they got a free tower inside of the base, and this really opens up possibilities for them later on when they're gonna go push.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more as well. Like, there's no Geos here, or no one who would naturally go Geos as well, so the Resto Keeper is going to have even more of an impact because of that. I don't know if it will have 8 seconds of lockdown, because they'll probably pop Shrunken's to get out of the first route. The second route is going to be at least they're secured to hit someone or all of them kind of thing because of that.
Null Fireblade on Zibe, by the way, as the level 1 of it. Is that for any specific reason, you guys think?
Just pop it, I
have
guess.
utility?
Doesn't it remove Puzzle Box?
It will
He does
destroy instantly. Yeah.
Interliculum, yeah.
Yeah, so that's quite a big deal. I know Zibit he really hates that item. He'd always buy something to respond
The
to it.
outbow.
That
Either
bones or
Raptor's
something,
bones
yeah.
yeah.
True.
So I think that's his reasoning behind it.
You know, and it's kind of interesting thinking about that. Obviously, it's a little bit more gold than an Alchemist Bones, but you kind of wonder, why do we not... I mean, having that no fire effect is always going to be good. You know, it doesn't scale the same as other heroes, sure, but non-agility heroes. But I don't know. Maybe against Alchemist Bones is again better for the farm, better for the leveling. And, I don't know. But anyways, this
I think
melee
it has to do
Rax
with
is
the time.
wow. It's dead.
I think it has to do with the timing in the game. It's so late that he just prefers this item that gives him more right now. And they're pressing base, they're pushing, they're playing aggressive. So it both gives him a way to deal with the puzzle box, but it also gives him a lot of damage and attack speed.
Shrunken Head was bought by Asuka, by the way. So he actually uses that gold into purchasing that.
What a noob. He needs the Instant Terrorist or the Parasite.
Clearly going the wrong build. So down go the racks. Again, with that Doctor and the token, it's not much they can, at least they can feel they can do about it. Having to just give it up and hope for a better opportunity as this game picks up. But now you got a Resto Stone. You mentioned not a level 3 ultimate just yet, but that's got to be here any second for Keeper of the Forest, and that means that 8 seconds of lockdown as you're talking about, the potential at least being there. Warbeast trying to finish his own Shrunken Head. He's got the Mighty Blade and needs 1,000 more gold before that's going to be done. But I think a Sheepstick just finished on Doctor in the meantime. More crowd control coming out here. So, by the way, Serenia, he's had an Ion Stone for pretty much this whole game too. I forgot to bring that up earlier on, but picking up the good old Ion Stone without support we don't see nowadays.
The Thai teams pick up like every single game, but on their supports.
Do they?
Yeah, they love that item. They really, really love that item.
It's a good item. I think NAE is just behind on that, man.
Probably. There's two things they do. Thai teams use. They always have Iron Stone. They use smoke like they're addicted to it. It's like they're smokers or something because they use it like every. I'm not even joking. They use it all the time. It's insane.
Well, it's not even smoke. It's veiled rot.
I'm so broken.
What's a
mushroom?
What's a smoke?
They're smoking mushrooms, man. What are you talking about?
Magnus, he's in Fizz. I mean, they got to defend this. They don't have a choice here. If they give it up, I mean, might as well concede. Puppet Master, he takes a Sheepstick. There's a quick swap off the bat. Not the biggest one, though. Magnus in the background. Eruption comes out. Not the biggest follow-up, though. Although Valkyrie gets very low right there. He does survive. The first root comes out. Midas gets pulled in. Midas going to fall. There's the second root. As Warbeast, he's caught it. Gets away. He doesn't have a Shrunken Head yet. And that Puzzle Box, the Mauler exploded, doing some good damage. Doctor does go down, but the Token of Life going to bring it right back up. Warbeast is dead. He buys back, though. Magnus stuns through him. Warbeast now coming back in. No ulti form, however. And Puppet Master will finally fall in the background. Doctor opposed to the Token of Life comeback, obviously doing work. You see they're killing the Voodoo Puppet, but it's not going to be enough damage for a kill onto him. Kraken goes down, however, and actually they are going to be able to hold right here. It looks like it's No Stone Gaming, and they will get another kill onto Kinesis, as Doctor is going to be able to jet on out of there with his ludicrous speed, but they hold. I mean, they did have a couple of buybacks, Warbeast and Midas, but hey, they stay alive.
They saved the racks, so pretty decent hold, I guess.
Yeah, the roots that teamfight just weren't utilized at all. They went on a single target Warbeast, and it was like when he was running away, nobody was hitting him anyways.
Is he actually in trouble? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Probusk is dead.
That was really nice play from what you got though. He scouted him out with wolves, so really heads up play there from what you got.
That was a genocide by No Stone.
All
of a sudden.
That is huge.
Yeah, and they get a Tizzy Tower as well. Like, if what you got doesn't scout with his Hellhounds there, they don't get that kill. So, like, I mean, what you got to play is fantastically game 1, and he's really impressing in game 2, man. Like, it's really encouraging and motivating as well if your leader or your captain is playing this good, because it just encourages and boosts morale.
Yeah, it sucks. Sync can't really feed off of that often.
Yeah.
Like, hey-oh! Anyways, he's gonna have the Shrunken Head here soon, though. Let's just not worry about what I said right there.
Wow. The one time I'm on Hogcast and I get flamed? Okay, Bricky.
The one time. Come on now.
The one time.
Beginner over here. 200 more gold and he'll have that Shrunken Head. But yeah, you pointed out, I mean, we saw that. The roots were just screwing him over big time especially. So having that Shrunken Head is going to be big time for that. And going to be having it here in the very near future. So, yeah, I mean... It was one thing to kind of push them back and Doctor surviving. It's still like, okay, Mint's still, in a really good spot. But then with Doctor dying, kind of changes that a little bit all of a sudden. And I mean, sure, they still got a 10,000 gold lead, but it's still No Stone Gaming. Got a lot of fighting power, and Warbeast is only going to continue to scale better and better. Obviously, Puppet Master in the same boat, and actually top lane. Yeah, are they going? They are. Puppet Master, he's going to open right here. There we go. Voodoo Puppet going to be coming out. No, not even necessary. Magnus Eruption doing the work. Kraken goes down, and the quick pick is successful. The arrow going to miss right there. And actually, Valkyrie Prison, I was going to say, they need to think about falling back because they're at a disadvantage now, as they will.
They're fighting for this 2-0 quick victory. Like, they're getting a lot of good pickups. I mean, they're still 9,000 gold behind. They still need to get, I think, a bit more farm on Warbeast and Puppet Master before they start hitting their strides, though, or their peak, because the Keeper double root from Keeper is just doing too much in these team fights. The reason why they won, or somewhat won, the last team fights is they actually used 2 buybacks as well. But Mint, they're Hellborn as well, so they're probably going to just way out till next Kongor, and Nullstone, I think they're going to have to contest there.
Yeah.
They got 5,000 gold on Magnus, though. I think you should pick up a Sheepstick, I think.
Oh, it's gold.
There's a lot of Shrunken Heads up here from Mint, so... Sheik would be useful.
Very likely what he's going for at this point. Savage Mace is going to be finished on Zibe here. Well, not soon, I guess. He does have a Slayer, though. Working towards the Savage. And obviously, no Wingbow necessarily going to be coming out here on the Legion side, but Wingbow, or Savage is still, of course, good to have, even though you're not going against the Wingbow. Keeper of the Force, another 2,000 gold saved up. Doctor Repulsor, 2,000. Just we're at that point of the game where both teams are going to start pulling up a bit of gold, and next tier of items going to start kicking in here. Kraken's going to be a big one here. Do they have Soul Spore? Yeah, he already has one, so maybe the Demonic Breastplate going to be coming up for him. Speaking of that, no Soul's Bulwark on the Legion side. Again, Warbeast usually would be that candidate, but with this build here, I mean, I guess he still could go for it next.
Yeah, he probably will, I think.
Makes sense.
I don't see why not. Someone will need to pick up Bulwark, and like Midas isn't really going to pick one up. And the most likely candidate is Warbeast. So.
You got there's the Sheepstick. Yep, finished on Magnus here. So that Nullfire Blade, keeping it at level 1, by the way. So really just keeping it for that the Purge effect more so than anything else. What is going on here? Iceland Go-Go, like, is that Hish? Is that Hey?
That's hey, yeah.
Okay.
Swedish.
Sounds. I know Swedish.
What does it mean? Just hey.
It literally means hi. Hi.
Alright. Okay. I don't know. It probably means something pretty obvious, but I sucked at languages when I was at school, so I have no idea.
Minnie doesn't speak English or Swedish.
I don't speak anything.
Speaks UK.
UK.
Different.
British.
I speak
Some
British.
afternoon tea.
They knew they had a Conqueror timer pretty much in the pit. Is the arrow going to miss? That's awkward. Well, they'll still, they should still get it pretty. I mean, well, they're heading over. The Hellhound's in the front. I don't know if they're going to get there in time,
No, do like it. No, don't like the Conqueror. This is something I see them do a lot.
Here we go.
They really.
Does he sound like a robot?
Yeah, Sandy, I think you're lagging a little bit. But,
just making sure.
Okay, Conqueror goes down. Okay, there you go. So Banana's going to drop as well. Nobody picking it up, though. Are they going to forget Banana? Why do teams forget Bananas? Why is this a frequent thing, it feels like? Okay, he's going to get... Okay, there we go.
Let's take both.
Sorry for yelling.
He's got 3 lives. I think he heard you, man. Like, shout so loud.
Pick up the
It's like, okay, I'll take him.
Gosh. Anyway, so yeah, they were kind of pushing top. Now they might actually go back up here. Now, Doctor doesn't have a TP, so and neither does Valkyrie.
Definitely should try and.
Yeah.
They've already used their glyph as well. They should definitely go YOLO right now.
I feel like they want to, but they just don't know where they are.
But I don't think they're winning a team fight though. Like they're playing against Token and Bananas. They have to split the way.
What is this? Magnus gets caught. Beautiful arrow from Zibi to follow it up. And down goes Magnus. But yeah, now they know. I mean, again, they don't have TP, so this is interesting because the push is no doubt in favor of Nullstone. I mean, Warbeast with the puzzle box.
Yeah, this is base race. Right now.
We got a classic base race at our hands, but it looks like it. Now, will they go for the shrine is the question. They are. Yeah, they're going straight throne. I don't know, though. Warbeast with the puzzle box and that battle cry. I don't know if you're winning this. It could come all down to this. Is Mint's life on the line right here? With a base race, no, they're putting back. They picked up on that. They're like, we're not going to win this. We need to fall back, catch them off guard. Dr. Pulsar goes in. Andromeda, he's going to pick right off the bat. Puppet Master, the juke right there. Pops the circuit head. He has to fight. He's forced to right here. He's going for the kill on a Kraken. Will he even get that? It doesn't look like it. There's a lockdown from Keeper of the Force. And down goes Puppet Master. Complete cleanup in favor of Mint right there. They chose to instead defend, and clearly that was the correct decision. They didn't even need Valkyrie right there, as she actually leaps away and is going to be fine, even applying more pressure as they get one of the World Tree Towers. But Mint, they could very likely go for a finish right here. A couple of buybacks are here. Oh, Doctor, holy crap. Okay, he has a regen. Flying in with the regen, and now they're going for the bottom racks. They should at least be able to get that. Puppet Master buys back, though, as well as Midas. This is it, the last stand for Nullstone Gaming.
Oh, they didn't even get it.
They're not going to, oh yeah, they don't even get the melee racks. They instead fall back, or they're going to go back in for it. Valkyrie Prism. Catching them off guard. Here we go. Restoration Stone used by Keeper of the Forest. He has the second route ready to go in the background swap from Andromeda. Puppet Master good for now. There goes Keeper of the Forest out with. They're in, and Puppet Master locked down once again. He's trying to some way somehow get out of this Magnus eruption. He's shelling it with the Shrunken Head, doing some good damage. Dr. Pulsar is going to fall, but guess what? He's got a thing called a Token Alive coming right back up. Warbeast is up, doing some damage, but with Doctor back up now, he pops his own Shrunken Head. Hellflower onto Warbeast, and Warbeast is going to fall. That should do it, I believe. Mint gonna take it here, it looks like, and we're very likely going to a third and final game at this point.
Yep. Just they didn't have any. They didn't have an extra buyback though on Pubit. They're gonna try and burst them down though.
Trying. I mean, last stand here. If anything, they're doing some good damage. Magnus is, as well as that was Midas there. But yeah, again, not enough. So I mean, maybe not going to concede again. Nullstone. What do they have to lose in a sense? Well, there we go. GG, well played. It is official, and we are going to a third and final game. You know, again, a great decision there by Mint to fall back, because if they win for the true base race, they were not winning that. So clearly the better decision on their part.
Definitely. They all bought CBs and
I think they would have won the base race. I think they would have won the base race because Warbeast didn't have puzzle box off cooldown.
Oh, well, yeah, that could have been difference then. That's true.
But
I guess they didn't want to risk it, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Just play safe. Yeah, nothing wrong with playing safe. But I think this game really came down to item decisions. If I personally think Warbeast needed to get Shrunken plus Basher to win fights, and the item they chose to go for just didn't win team fights for them. And the Shrunken on Midas, I think, was a complete misbuy. And just smarter items from Nullstone, I think they could have recovered that game because they had it at some point in the mid game. Nullstone were just allowed to farm back into the game, and Mint were not controlling the map, even though they maybe thought they were. They just weren't. So I really like the decision for Mint to push early, and I hope they do it next game again if they want to win.
Yeah. You are lagging a little bit, Insania, so I don't know if maybe try to fix that and maybe hear what you can do, but start that Swedish internet of yours. But anyway.